That lower third is fire, bro. What you did with that episode 200?
Yeah.
What?
The
That
episode
shit.
of Chris.
Woo! Welcome back to Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, Wrestling's Entertainment Champions. Banks empty and glowing home. All the drama is lit this week for an amazing story. What went down this Monday? All this and more in the room where it happens. But first, JP, tell them what to do.
You already know Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots. HPC Too Sweet on IG and Twitter. Ya tú sabes, mujer.
Woo!
Oh my
welcome back,
God.
welcome back. We out here. That's the Zitos. Are we remote champions? What is this?
No.
What is this? What did we do?
We are not remote champions. We are in-person champions. We are the real champions. We are the wrestling's entertainment champions.
Woo.
Heels, Pops, Chair Shots. We out here, baby. So what everybody drinking on? What's everybody doing? What's up, baby?
I
You know
got
what I'm saying?
myself for
Every time there's a wrestling week like this week, you have to pour yourself something nice. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of the, not the bubbly, cause you know we don't got Chris Jericho abs. Definitely sipping on some Macallans tonight. How about y'all?
Ooh. I got for the special occasion here. We are remote. Not just a bottle of Henny, but Maluma's bottle of Henny.
Oh, the one
Shout
that kisses his mother?
Yeah, that guy. I don't know what else he does, but I mean, it's just you know, it says his name on it. But I guess
No
it's extra
doubt.
sweeter tonight.
No doubt.
Shout out.
Yo,
to
why you cracking on Maluma kissing his mother, yo?
That man made out with his mother for Christmas. so
JJ in
no
that
kidding.
house?
Everybody does. Hey, JJ's in the building. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. The J, the J, the J, the J.
Mr. JJ having a good time. I know that was a minute ago already, but I just wanted to say it again. Damn.
Because you have to
Yeah.
embrace and
Baby,
celebrate
you-
love.
Oh,
baby.
Mike the ref with a raid.
Yeah,
Hey,
baby.
what do we do with raids, guys?
That's right.
Send
That's
them
right.
to
Mike the ref.
vid.
Mike the ref. How'd you like this AEW Dynamite, yo? I
Parece que escuchó cuando le dije, porque de ese día solamente me ha caído bendición. Ahora mi prenda hay un millón, un tema mío es un millón. La chorizo hizo culo y te tapa, eso le pasa un millón. En el bolsillo hay un millón, tengo un penthouse en el millón. Y tengo tenis que ni uso, que cuesta medio millón. Tengo rack que a nivel de view tiene más de un millón. Y ahora me puse para
I caught that motherfucker.
Did you that?
Face. Facts on facts. We here, grown men playing with our balls, and we loving it.
Yes, subscribe and like, hit that button right now. Alright, follow us on Twitch, SoundCloud, iTunes, your mother's
Yeah, Mike the ref. I appreciate the love, my guy. I hope the stream
Yes,
went
sir.
well. I know you cover AEW Dynamite, and we're here to you know, follow that hell of a stream, my guys. Champions, talk to me a minute, cause This week of wrestling has been some crazy shit, guys. Guys, what happened on Monday, bro?
I don't know, man. The checks ain't cashing at the bank, apparently. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know me about it.
Well, we gotta get to it. We're gonna get to it real quick. Blade Running in the house. Shout outs to Johnny Morrison. Spoiler alert. Johnny Elite, right?
I beg your pardon?
He's elite now?
Yes, Johnny Elite.
Johnny
You know that's his thing, man.
That's his thing. He got
Listen, man, he's from Cleveland. All right? You gotta give him a break.
Yeah, limited.
He's now Johnny, whatever promotion I'm working with.
Johnny, whatever promotion.
Johnny MLW, Johnny Impact, Johnny Ring of Honor.
I can't wait till he's Johnny Control Your Narrative.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he didn't go there first. To
Right.
be real.
Because he's smart.
What up, Blade? Rummy in the building.
Speaking of smart, like us, we
Harrison
came
Ford,
flying in this week, chat. We came in special, spaceships or whatnot, guys. You guys know how to drive those things?
Nah, man, my shit is auto.
Look, no hands.
You think I walk under these motherfuckers to drive them? Nah, look at
I
that.
drive it with my
Hey, yo, speaking of that, all of that, MJF
He's
doing some
Johnny
driving
this
these days. Or trying to do some driving these days, right? Mr. MJF himself has got a contract coming out in a few years, actually, right? Not even coming up soon, right? Isn't it like...
Bro.
Well, it sounds like 2024 is the year, right?
2024?
Yeah, because last week, remember, he got a little bit of heat. Because he was out here saying, when I see Cody in 2024, you know what I'm saying?
But, like, look at that. In 2024, when I see you, like, that shit sounds mad far away, like...
But it really isn't, though.
Spoiler, Cody comes back.
No, spoiler, MJF, Cody, WrestleMania.
Whoa, imagine.
That's what he's talking about, brother. What you talking? That's the payday right there.
That is the payday.
That's the biggest check you could ever collect. The biggest check you could ever collect.
That's what Cody went back for.
Yeah. Come on now. MJF not stupid. So 2024, listen, ain't that far. Don't tell me that. My loan ends in 2024. So if we get to 2024, it's only 20 payments.
That bottle sand company will come in handy, though.
Not for nothing, though. MJF is doing all these things right.
Oh, absolutely. Even tonight.
Big fact.
He just destroyed Texas.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
about that segment tonight with MJF. And we'll talk about, we'll go back and forth about his contract status, because I think tonight is indicative of how important he is to the company. He comes with a package. Vince is formulaic, right? He likes his formulas, and we've all acknowledged that sometimes that shit gets pretty boring.
So do
right?
babies.
I guess, but if you can find it, there ain't no formula nowhere. But when we look at it, right, MJF comes with his own formula, right? These lashings, we've seen them before. We've seen like the trials before, right? Cody and War Dog had to go through several people to get to MJF, right? Then it was the escalation. We're gonna see the match coming up. It was the lashings. Yo, he comes with his own formula. It's like he saw that Hulk Hogan and CM Punk had like the 5 moves of doom, and he's like, I'm gonna give you the 5 programs of doom. Like, I'm gonna give you, like, yo, if we start on this path, this is the MJF storyline. You're playing WWE 2K22, this is the MJF storyline. You're gonna get these 4 assignments, and then there's the match with MJF.
But doctor, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Right?
Apparently not. It's not, bro.
Look, as much as we want to shit on Vince McMahon, bro, we here forget that shooters shoot. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to NBA playoffs.
Pew.
Shooters shoot, right? And if Vince gets it right 30% of the time, that's successful. Because if you have a 300 batting average in baseball, you're doing very well for yourself.
That's crazy.
If you're shooting at over 30% in basketball, you're doing okay.
You're doing okay. And yo,
so you're telling me he hits 30% home runs? Yeah, I'll take my odds on that.
And
So
more
he's
on
gonna
that
keep-
point, JP, you make a great point.
Always I do. Come on now. Name is JP Savage. You know what the fuck this is.
Ooh, we gonna touch on that for sure later.
But I'm not the doctor though.
Hey, yo, the
What up,
doctor
Doc?
is.
This man's penis grew 2 inches just over the weekend.
That's the only 2 inches I needed.
Hey,
Off the floor.
Shit.
You know who needs a couple inches if he keeps fucking around?
Oh no. Whose head?
I don't know, but Ric Flair keeps fucking around. Yo, you gotta be careful out here.
Oh no!
You gotta be careful out here in these streets. Yo,
Ay, Dios
was in
mío,
the American Dream this
papi.
got a couple of announcements on this end, right? So Ric Flair is gonna have his retirement match now.
Again?
Again.
Yeah, man, can you believe it? Believe it! This
Yo,
motherfucker.
Rick is like my grandfather. He retired 7 times, bro. How did he retire 7 times, bro?
Nah, he wants the big one. He wants the big retirement match. From what I understand.
Jim Crockett Promotions will be covering this.
Oh, is that what it?
He's-
But from what I understand, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat has turned it down.
Really?
What? No way.
Wow.
Oh, that sucks for him, man.
That's the thing. If Ric Flair is gonna put out,
Oh, Michael 2008.
if Ric Flair is gonna put out a match, right? I don't want to skip with another man his age or close to it.
I feel you on that.
We need we need someone to carry the match. Where Ric Flair is not gonna be taking all the bumps. It's not like you need someone to theatrically move this along. And yeah, Mike the ref, that is the answer. I'm sorry, I love you, goodbye. That is and will forever be the end of Ric Flair's career for all intents and purposes in the ring. Nobody's gonna remember. Like when the story of WWE is told, they're gonna just make believe that match happened in 2008, but it also happened later, but it also didn't happen because WWE edits things very well. Their
Very, very
production
well.
team.
Ask Chris Benoit about that.
They're gonna set that shit up my way, and it's gonna be rocking.
Ask Owen Hart about that.
Yo, what? What?
Mm.
Do with this? With the fall?
I said, you talked about editing things out. Man. You know what I'm saying? All I know is that King of the Ring was a little short.
Wow. This is why we get no nice things.
Not one nice thing.
Bro, these are just all facts. I love the man. This tournament that's happening right now is amazing for Owen Hart. I'm so fucking happy he's getting this type of love and recognition. Not only that, but that we're allowed to get that now, right? Because his wife held back for a very long time. You know what I'm saying? Understandably so. That one of the most tragic things to ever happen in wrestling, bro.
Hey, I was gonna ask, like,
Yeah.
you know, of
Definitely.
course, of course you would, wouldn't you?
It's just cool. It's cool that this generation, which of wrestling fans, which didn't get to grow up with Owen Hart, right? They didn't get to see him. That they get to see him being embraced as a legend. You know what I'm saying?
facts.
That's big, bro. That's big.
That is pretty big because that was one of the things that Bret Hart said that he felt Martha, right? Her name's Martha, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
That Martha was being kind of selfish about Owen Hart's legacy. And when you pull his name and likeness from things and you restrict the exposure that he could have gotten, then he dies. Then he dies in legacy.
Right.
Then he no longer, like, he ceases to exist in wrestling lore. Like, how many people have died in wrestling that we still talk about or that people still kind of relate to at a younger age today? And those people have not been around for a very long time.
Right.
So,
right.
you know, Owen Hart had a long period of time that nobody talked about him. You know what I mean? Like, nobody was able to say anything publicly about him. So if you grew up as a fan in that time period, he did not exist in wrestling to you.
Yep.
The Owen Hart experience was lost on you because there was nothing. It did not exist. Owen Hart is not someone that exists to you. So the fact that this tournament is even going on is dope as fuck because we get to be reminded on a constant basis like how good he was.
Yeah, man. I mean, this is a man that in my first pay-per-view going to the WWE WWF in that time. I saw him break Stone Cold's neck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You were there.
I was there, brother. So, yeah, man, it's a good time. It's a good time to be a fan, you know? Like, as far as, listen, you're going to see so many people come online and just fucking shit on the products, on everything they watch when it comes to wrestling. Bro, it is a phenomenal time to be a fan. You have so many options.
I actually
So
wouldn't
many
mind doing
different
something like this a little bit more,
Think
like
about it.
bringing people to.
My guy, Jake Husband in the house.
This is more of a random thing, but I'd like to get something a little more
Appreciate you
organized
putting
soon.
on, my guy.
Oh, Crowder. Sorry, go ahead.
What the what?
Mike, that was a shout out that Jake Husband put up.
Oh,
All right, I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, you guys were. You
you
didn't
being
say-
invaded, yo? What's going on, bro?
Voices in my head. Son, what's
Ah.
going on?
Face angle.
But you don't think that the Owen Hart tournament is flopping, guys, do you?
Flopping.
Right? That would be a
Flopping?
thing, right?
You know what was a flop?
Uh-oh.
The Jokers.
Oh,
Talk to
okay.
me.
Okay.
What are the Jokers?
Spoiler alert. Chair shot of the week. We got Johnny Ninja and
Johnny Ninja! Whoa!
Johnny Entertainment. I mean, what? Who?
Johnny Gargano?
Oh, Johnny Elite and Maki Ito. As excited as I am for Maki Ito to be in AEW.
She was no Sasha Banks.
Wow.
It was either Sasha Banks walks into AEW, they don't get an arm. They drop the
Bobby.
title into the garbage can. They
Listen,
shove it on it.
Yo! My
listen,
God,
if Sasha's
Flex
coming
was
out,
sorry.
if Sasha's coming out, that's happening on Rampage. You know that.
Yeah.
Because that's the buy-in right there,
That's
Papi.
the
That's-
buy-in, baby.
Mike. And she's like, you know who we are?
Yo, shout out to Flex
The
on the
ride,
front.
we're here.
Appreciate that.
Yo, what if Sasha and Naomi head over to AEW and try to be the NWO?
Oh, but I mean, that's
Right?
that's,
Alright, man.
that's
So
what
how
the
I play
memes-
this shit?
And then
Go on,
the
Boop.
person that turns over, who would it have to be?
The memes.
Who would be the Hogan? Who would be the Hogan for that?
Ooh. Well, you gotta get a third guy, no?
That's what I'm saying. Who would be the Hogan for that? Britt Baker?
Uh,
She's already a heel. So who's the biggest baby?
Nah, I gotta
face
be
in
somebody
that?
from WWE.
No.
Yeah,
They
'cause
got.
that's how it worked. Remember, three
Whoa,
guys
whoa.
from WWE were in the NWO to start it off.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So
Mm.
who's a wrestler?
Half
Tony
the
Storm?
fucking AEW roster, bro. What are we talking
Tony
about? Right?
Storm?
But another woman or a man?
Nah, it has. Well, I guess.
It's a woman thing, I would
Yeah,
assume.
I think at that point, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. But we just went off the rails of fucking again, cause that's how juicy and scintillating this story is.
It was
folks.
It was
Yeah.
a flopped. It was a flop segue. But you know what else did flop? Mischief.
did?
Oh, eggplants.
Excuse me?
CM Punk and Eric Bischoff. Apparently, Eric Bischoff feels that CM Punk is not a draw. This man makes no money. Makes no money. He said that AJ Lee right now, Union City's finest, is the highest earner in the household right now. Pretty much, that's what we're saying.
Union City, stand up. We
Shout out
out
to
here.
AJ, looking she's looking fit, bro. I think in the ring return. You know she's working with WoW. I wouldn't be surprised if she's like, "Wow, I want to get back in the ring."
Well, wow, just lost Tessa Blanchard. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
They just lost her.
Are you? Yeah, they lost her in the racist trainer. And they're like, oh, let's throw that shit out.
Wow.
Apparently she wore things thin at WoW, which is kind of what Eric Bischoff did everywhere he went, but for different reasons.
True.
Hey, Tessa Blanchard was a blatant racist, and Eric Bischoff just doesn't know how to handle shit. So that's kind of a different story. But what Eric Bischoff was referring to was very specifically the ratings. The ratings they popped when he first came on, but he did not sustain any sort of viewership at all. Flex in the building,
Flex, thank you for that sub, my guy.
Is CM Punk a flop?
Whew. That's strong words, because flops is unsuccessful, right?
Right.
It means you're not doing the damn thing. And although his ratings did go lower than they were once they got there, I can't necessarily say he's being unsuccessful out there, except if it's Long Island.
I mean, what I would say is we also have to consider the facts, right? The facts are that CM Punk, when he came into AEW, he was shooting hot fire. It's nostalgic. The man hasn't been around for 7 years. There was ring rust, right? The matches have gotten better, but they weren't great from the beginning, right? I mean, it is what it is when you haven't been in the game for that long. And at the end of the day, CM Punk was never the most athletic in ring performance. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, it was like we weren't expecting that. That was what was interesting about CM Punk, at least to me, in AEW, is because of the clashing styles, right? AEW's got this fast pace, like lightning fast. Quite frankly, this dude who they let his contract expire very recently, I thought he was the prototype for AEW, in my opinion. He wore the like a green, electric green and black. He was part of a tag team.
In AEW?
Yeah. That he was one of the originals. He was in the tag team with that electric green, and he got locked up in Mexico and shit.
Cocaína?
Maybe. I don't know. That motherfucker.
The case of the ass rash that CM Punk got, according to Eric Bischoff, was in response to something he and Conrad must have said about AEW or WWE.
No, flex, big man, but Dutch. What?
But
with part of the fact that the ratings haven't been, maybe to what the expectation was, is because also WWE turned it on. Because they've had quality programming. WrestleMania was one of the better WrestleManias we've had in some time. So that could be part of it as well. You know what I'm saying? When at the end of the day, when a few months ago we were talking about WWE's stats dipping, why was it? Because AEW was flourishing, right? It's the same thing that happened during the 90s wars, man. As one does a little better, the other one dips a little bit. It's just what it is.
That is what it is.
I never found
and the
Punk
crazy part about it is that they're not even competing on the same night. No, thank God they're not. That's the crazy part. Because they're very, very interestingly not competing with each other. Rampage is on after SmackDown.
Well, that's on purpose. That's by design right now, at least for
But didn't we enjoy it when it was on at the same time? Didn't we enjoy it?
Ask Rick Rude. He enjoyed it a lot.
Wow.
Yo, you know what I was thinking about? I know this is kind of irrelevant, but not really. Remember NWA? How dope was NWA when
they first came out and stuff?
When they first came out. What a breath of fresh air. What?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Something different, something new.
Ice Cube? Who's talking about Ice Cube?
Nah, not that NWA.
With attitude. You know what I'm saying?
Nah,
that's not what I'm talking about. No, right? The fastest hour in wrestling.
Oh.
We used to call it the fastest hour in wrestling. It was amazing.
Hits on the fire.
Right, yo. Man. What happened, bro?
It was edited in the most fast-paced kind of way. It was done perfectly. You got to showcase matches, different style of matches, even like slower-paced matches. But the show cut everything out. In fact, if they would have cut out those corny-ass commercials, I could have done without that shit too.
Right.
And they added a bill.
We would have 40 minutes of bangers. But
I should have put us on those commercials.
Yo, dead ass. That was rough. But if Tony Khan can steal from that and do exactly that with ROH. Give us the fastest hour of wrestling.
Erection.
Bang, bang, bang. You go through matches. You limit like the corny shit. It's just a lot of like in-studio promos. Get to the ring right there. Bang, bang.
Very old school, you know what I'm saying?
I think ROH, right? Like, I know it's indie, right? It's like a super indie, but it can run that way. I think it could run that way very well.
Remember the key for that.
They were talking about like financial flop, and I think the biggest mistake NWA did was leave free access.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
And ROH, if we're gonna rebuild that platform as a legitimate, platform, as a legitimate platform for wrestling because of its storied history, I think another storied history kind of platform was NWA. Like, let's borrow from that
Nah, I agree.
and use that shit for ROH, because man, how fun would it be to see ROH, the super indie, come back and build off of like that NWA format.
I'm with it.
I think it fits. But remember one important key to NWA's ability to do that, right? It's the studio aspect of it, right? It's a very condensed space they're working with. I mean, they have the podium essentially right outside the ring.
Right.
So it just makes everything go quicker. Like, you know, think about the difference in NWA. They go to the podium, they talk their shit, they go right into the ring, and they ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. They're about to start the match. Compared to WWE or AW, they do the promo in the back, then they take fucking 7 minutes to get down the ring, and the pyro goes off and shit, and they announce everybody. You know what I'm saying? It takes time.
It doesn't have to be live, and it could be edited down. NWA wasn't live.
Nah, that wasn't. Well, it was in front of a live audience. It just
It was
wasn't.
part of a
It was
live
recorded.
audience. Yeah.
Right.
You know,
right.
and you know what? That's as live as I like it. I don't know about you, but in front of a live audience, I'm for it. Like,
You think you think Tony Khan and Vince McMahon are for it? Would they do something like this? Some similar setup recorded?
why does Vince have to? And Vince would argue that's what NXT is.
Well, Tony Khan may come out of his shell again and request some madness out of this, because after this week, this man has had a lot to say about Vince, bro. Apparently, he has a habit of ripping up the script on Monday nights. And Tony Khan is like, yo, fam, I'm a wrestling producer too. What are you guys doing on Saturdays and Sundays that you guys gotta rip up the script on Monday?
Well, another report came out saying that AEW is not the paradise people make it seem to be. All right, and there's a lot of complaining going on backstage and insecurity going backstage at AEW. TK is a baby Vince in a lot of ways. I mean, all right, yeah, no doubt, it's not the same, but it's getting there. It's getting there. It's not the same because the origin was not the same and the goal was not the same. But now that you're playing the same game, you're gonna start to see the same styles and flavors in the backstage area. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna see here is Tony Khan is gonna have to start losing a little bit of that goodwill that he built up with a lot of people, all right? And we saw it already with Big Swole, who was very I wouldn't even say she was very vocal, but she was caught in the middle of that whole situation with Tony Khan, who was, quite frankly, kind of a douchebag in that situation.
You think so? Till this day, you think so?
Yeah, he didn't have to say that.
Yeah, he didn't
have to say that. Okay.
It wasn't the politically correct thing to do, right?
I'll tell you what. Yes, you're absolutely right. It was not the politically correct thing to do.
I can
see
that.
It wasn't Jim Cornette, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you just don't do it.
Right. It wasn't that bad.
But it was close in some ways. There was some racial undertones, right?
Exactly.
But
was there a racial undertone, or was he just kind of saying she sucked?
Kind of. She I don't think he would have said that if she was someone else.
Ooh.
If you want to be real and go there, like,
I
think if she was someone else, they wouldn't. That conversation. How many people?
Let's say it like this: has Tony Khan ever said that about any other white wrestler?
What is she doing these days?
Look,
Swole, how is she? What's her quality of wrestling matches these days?
I'm not saying she sucked or doesn't suck. I'm just saying that he didn't have to say she
sucked. He didn't have to.
He didn't say that about Ivelisse. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't say that about a lot of people that came through that door.
Right.
A lot of people, and that's the thing, right? That AEW was such a breath of fresh air because it allowed indie wrestlers a spotlight, right? Every once in a while, you see indie people at AEW. They've got a match, they've got a role, they do something, right?
Sure.
Yeah, big fact.
And I think that's a great opportunity for indie wrestlers to get reps in, right? Even if you're jobbers, they do it in the WWE too, but to a lesser scale because they're a bigger product. So AEW gives them another platform. The best part about that is that those wrestlers now get to leave from that experience saying, hey, I was in an AEW ring. I get to charge a little more.
Absolutely.
You know, make some more appearances. Sometimes it sets you off on a little hot streak.
Exposure, right?
Your bookings, beloved, etc. But you come from AEW. Your contract expired. Already, there's like some little spice there, but you could probably get through it because you got that juice. You got that AEW juice. You can come out of that saying, hey, I was on TV. I'm ready, baby. And your boss says you trash, basically.
Aye.
All that goodwill, all of that indie wrestling shit, like everything you just talked about, basura. Eso mierda. Because the first thing you're going to do when you don't like someone's comment is be like, they trash? Come on now. And again, you would have said it if she wasn't a person of color. I don't think so.
True.
And I think that's where a lot of that came from. So we've seen this before with Tony Khan, and he's not. This is not the only time we've seen it. We've seen other people kind of complain about the backstage politics a little bit with Tony Khan. We've also seen MJF be very vocal about his contract status. Although I think that in that sense, he's working a real situation. You know what I mean?
Trying to get himself into a work shoot.
Right. So, you know, he's working the very real contract situation that he has coming up, and I think it works beautifully to his favor. But all in all, people are not comfortable with backstage right now. So Tony Khan needs to shut the fuck up because your ship is not in order.
Well, you know, I mean, it's pretty logical why people are not happy backstage. One of the things we have been praising AEW for is for being able to continue to provide a variety of content with such a multifaceted roster. So when there's so many personalities, so many people backstage, to keep happy, of course people are going to be unhappy with limited time slots. Like, what you're telling me makes sense. He can't make everybody happy. You know what I'm saying? When you go from the foundation, so now you have multiple locker rooms. You have multiple people coming in at different levels, right? Because you have WWE talent, you have indie talent coming in. It makes sense. It makes sense.
And then every time you see a WWE talent, boom, it's like mid-card or above.
Right.
Here we are taking up space. Look at CM Punk.
Right? I mean, look at Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee. You had old boys come out today talking about, yo, how y'all gonna come out here coming new and just brand new thinking you in line for the titles? You know, the Stroke Daddy.
The Stroke
Daddy.
Daddy.
That. You know what I'm saying? And you saw the fit the man had today. Yo, I'm gonna tell you though,
fam,
he looked comfortable.
Yo, fam,
he looked comfortable.
You're not allowed to wear a pearl necklace. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the pearl necklace. That's where that was not it for me.
Sorry.
But the shorts and the polo, I wasn't mad at it.
All right, cool, no doubt. But you got a pearl necklace, yeah, basura. All right, that's it. La cagaste, mano.
Khan's reaching as fuck like too, man. This guy reaching as hell. Like, how you gonna say what you doing this weekend? Like, I'm saying, like, yeah, you do a lot on the weekend, bro.
You get pearl necklaces, homie.
You get pearl
Listen,
necklaces.
Ricochet does things too. It's okay. It happens,
with
bro.
the pearl necklace. Hey, listen, whoa. So we're just gonna move on.
What you do what makes you happy, bro.
And that they did, JP. They followed your advice.
You know who else is doing some shit to make themselves happy? Shut the fuck up, Vic. You know the Cuban fighter from Bellator?
Oh.
Who?
You mentioned her a couple times, JP.
Valerie Loreda.
Oh yeah, of course. She was their president at NXT.
Latina Nikki Lyons, if you will. But in cage experience is at the Performance Center.
Oh yeah, Valerie Loreda.
And immediately,
have mercy.
The only thing I can really think is like, someone at the Performance Center likes some yams. Oh goodness!
And not only that, but bro, she's exciting to see on TV, bro.
Yeah,
to hold her own. No, beyond the beauty, like she's a fighter. She's a taekwondo champion. You know what I'm saying? Her father was a triple black belt and shit, and her sister are black belts. So this girl could get it in. She's young, And the thing is, she understands is that it's time to make money. That's what she understands. Them booking her, bro, is a big fucking win. And it's easy money for her, yo. Easy money. And she already connected with Nikita Lyons. And Nikita Lyons, you know she blowing up. Because you know when Drake follows you, that's because you blowing up. And apparently after Nikita Lyons debuted on NXT, Drake was like, follow. And it makes sense, Drake. Drake, you understand what it is, brother. You understand what it is.
You
But
heard
Drake
the name.
baby mama, though. God damn.
You heard the name of that move? Her split leg takedown move?
What's
Nah,
the-
what is it?
It rhymes with glam slam. That's what she said.
Ooh.
Glam slam?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yam slam?
The yam slam?
Yam
Is that the
slam.
clam jam? Is that Hueva? Dios mío.
Oh,
Tabasco
man.
sauce?
You guys brought up making us happy, and that you did with that. But now let's talk about other people that got happy. We're gonna do it to y'all. Finally, it's here. We're gonna talk about it. Sasha and Naomi exit Raw. Are they gone permanently? First of all, I don't even know. Do we even know that?
We don't know that. I don't think anybody knows that right now. I think the only people that know that are those two people right there,
But
Sasha
they put
and
the
Naomi.
belts down, right?
Because you gotta be dramatic, right? JP, like you gotta be like, yo, I'm out.
Yo, like part of me still does not believe this not a work.
How though? I mean, I get you.
Just because
all
why not?
signs can just I don't know, man. Maybe I feel it's just like the other thing with Tony Khan and MJF,
Right,
and it's real, but they're trying to work it.
right. I mean, listen, we're talking about a
Alright.
company that there was an affair between two wrestlers and their wife, and they put that shit as an angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't put anything past Vince, but at the same time, we haven't seen something like this with statements being put out and shit.
Right, that part.
So I don't know.
This feels different. This smells different. This tastes different. This is a very different setup than we've seen before. If it is a work, it is a work unlike we've seen
before.
Right.
The statement that was put out immediately thereafter, also with Corey Graves talking about how unprofessional, like addressing it kind of directly, unprofessional. Like, I get like Vince is probably in his ear, right? Like that's
Right.
where that's coming from.
Yeah,
course.
a mad
But-
Vince.
A mad Vince. So it's them controlling the narrative.
Oh,
Right,
EC3's
WWE
fucking
now.
shivering in his timbers.
And Jimmy Smith, right? Jimmy Smith even talked about it in his podcast. He's got a podcast and he's like, I don't kayfabe. He's like, I'm not bringing storylines in here. That's not what this is. He's like, we got other podcasts for that,
Right.
and we could talk angles and blah blah blah. That's not what we do here. This is like more sports. And
a magnificent ass.
that's
And
right.
for that, yeah.
And for that, and the fact of the matter is that he's like, this is not a work. Like this is complete. Like,
Yeah, Blade got it right. It's exactly what it's like. It feels like, and not to mention, I mean, Sasha likes to take her ball and go home a lot of times.
But Sasha has the clout to do so.
Yes,
pero
but
la
X amount of times too. No one is bigger than the company ever.
they're
No, of
painting
course not.
her as like this horrible freaking coworker,
Right.
and she's the reason why Naomi walked out. So she's manipulating Naomi, like
Which is
Naomi,
the narrative that came out now,
Yeah,
right?
now.
Who was it that said that?
everybody. Like that's kind of the heat coming from backstage, right? Sean Ross Sapp reported it. I think Wade Keller reported it. So it's out. It's out. Meltzer reported it. So it's out. People are talking mad shit about Sasha, dog.
Yeah. And a lot of WWE talent is not siding with her on this.
I mean, they can't.
Right.
I mean, are you really gonna side with that
Anonymously though, people got anonymous. My bad. The like PWI and Fightful and the other one, Meltzer's, WON. They all got anonymous sources, and like nobody's like.
Well, let me ask you this
Sasha,
question:
right?
Why are they coming down so hard on Sasha and Jeff Hardy's out here being celebrated?
You know,
When
You
Jeff
know-
Hardy used for lack of a better word, a mental illness, a real life situation as an excuse to get out of what he wanted. Right? And he's not
You
being
know.
notified.
You know why, JP?
Oh, are we going there?
Yeah, you're there. Here we are.
Here we are. It's because she looked good as hell. No, it's because she's a black woman.
It's because she's a black woman, man.
That's fucking crazy.
It's
But
crazy.
you're right.
Yo, Jeff Hardy walked out in the middle of a fucking match, bro. He was in a match.
And he's also been fired multiple times for abuse.
For all the crap that Sasha and Naomi are getting right now.
All I'm saying, yo, Medusa got cheered, and so did Rick Rude. You know what I'm saying? And we hear vilifying Sasha Banks.
So they Corey
Hulk Hogan got cheered for that shit. How many times did Hulk Hogan walk out of fucking Vince McMahon? You know how many times Hulk Hogan walked out of the hotel room when they were writing the script for No Holds Barred in the weekend? Do you understand how many times he walked out? And nobody's here vilifying him for that. For him being
Not
a
for
racist.
that.
The movie came
Hold
out
this
still,
bitch.
unfortunately.
You know what I'm saying?
Not for that.
But yo, it is what it is, yo. And yo, y'all need to chill. You don't understand what's happening backstage. You don't understand why they get to that point.
It's
And at the
true.
end of the day, yo, people are envious. And Sasha Banks, if you watch her Evil episode, right, on Peacock, P to the cock, you understand that she's had to fucking claw her way to the top. Because you look at Sasha Banks, she's the prototypical superstar you think about. Sasha Banks has had to live her character. And that rubs people the wrong way. Don't people hate Charlotte?
Cool.
Right?
They
People
hate
hate
the
Charlotte.
shit out of her.
And what has Charlotte done but be her? Right?
They say that they've been upset for several months, and
Yo, people hate Jordan, bro.
people
hated
hate
Jordan.
Jordan.
People hate
Jordan was
People hate
evil.
Jordan.
I hated Kobe.
People
hated
Kobe.
Kobe was a
I love
villain
Kobe
until
now.
he died.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real.
Sasha,
no, it's
Sasha
true.
unfollows
Real.
Vince McMahon and WWE on Twitter today, by the way.
Blah blah blah. Yo, you know it's funny because Sasha Banks is actually such a homer on Twitter. She's like, "I love you, Vince McMahon. Thank you, Vince." Like every other day and shit. So the
Yeah.
fact that she's
She did all that, right?
I'm telling you, something
Um,
happened, bro.
So,
Something
all right,
happened that we
That's
have no idea about.
that's what
right,
I'm
but here's
saying.
here's a little bit more sprinkles on this ice cream,
We'll
right?
sprinkle some shit on that shit.
So
There's some shit on that shit.
we, of course, we have two rosters of talent for two different companies that are gonna side either which way here, right? Like we said before, WWE's talent so far is not really signing with Sasha Banks on this shit. Matt Cardona, for instance, if I could go back in time, the night I was pushed off the stage in a wheelchair on Raw, I should have walked into Johnny Ace's office, placed my neck brace on the table, and walked out. Why? Because I wasn't being respected enough as internet champion. Punk responds, yes, CM Punk, if you go back in time to stand up for yourself, you should stand up for the workers now. Punk's comments were echoed by fellow AEW superstars Dax Harwood, who said, 100% I agree. Always, always, always stand up for what you believe in. Fucking always.
That's right.
They've been, it's well documented, they're good friends. Cash Wheeler, Dax, and Sasha for a while. Bailey as well. They go, that friendship, they all wrestled together. They all go way back, right?
Honestly, man, at this point with this situation, I think the most surprising part is Naomi's part of it. That's the most surprising part.
Why do you say that?
Just because we've talked about already, trials and tribulations that Sasha has had within the WWE.
But not
Right?
Naomi.
Not Naomi, that we know of. But clearly, there's issues. Because we were just not so long ago, we were all anticipating Naomi joining the bloodline. Having an excellent opportunity to get fucking elevated, catapulted to the top.
If
Especially after being a tag team champion with Sasha Banks.
I think part of the frustration was about, and if you look at this from Sasha's perspective, I think it makes sense.
Okay.
The reports are that even though Naomi was supposed to go over Doudrop, I think she was supposed to pin Ash or Doudrop or whatever, Nikki Ash.
That night.
That night. The storyline is supposed to be like Naomi against Rousey and Sasha against Becky or whatever, like one variation of that. And they're both supposed to lose.
And it's supposed to bring them together.
Yeah, to put over. Oh, it's Belair and Rousey. Right? For what? For what? Didn't Sasha already put over Belair at WrestleMania?
Well, Sasha's putting over Ronda at this time. At this point.
No, I know, but like Belair doesn't need like Naomi.
Nope.
Naomi is beneath Sasha. You know, like we're talking about star power, right? Yeah. So what are you taking an L? Oh, like what are you putting an L in Naomi's win-loss column for? For what?
Stupid
right?
idiot.
And then Sasha does not have to face Rousey. For what? That could be a different woman. Guess what? You know what would probably sell more than Sasha? How about Shayna Baszler and Rousey? How about we build that up as a legit? If you take some weeks to build that up, some time, because right now, where the fuck is Shayna? Shayna Baszler.
Shayna was one of the ones that tweeted she was kind of heartbroken at the whole situation too, though.
Nah, no doubt. Yeah, right. That's one of the tweets that got my attention, right?
Well, remember Shayna was the one that got Rousey ready to compete again. You know what I'm saying? So Shayna, that's why you haven't seen her, because she's getting Rousey ready. But that alone tells you how much of an amazing matchup that would be.
But that doesn't make sense to me, because if you're seeing Rousey while Shayna's getting her ready, then you can see Shayna while Shayna's getting Rousey ready.
Right, and there was no exposure to Shayna.
Right.
Which is a mistake, because Shayna's a talent, bro.
Yeah.
Shayna Baszler is one of the legitimate women in that fucking roster, bro.
Hey, you absolutely right. Let's get Baszler back to that NXT intensity, bro. She was fierce. And this is part of the frustration with WWE is like you've got someone like Baszler who is a talent, who gets this wrestling thing, who's good at it, who, if you look at Rousey, would be a good, easy storyline that people would be into.
I'll tell you right now, bro. You give me a choice between Shayna Baszler and Rousey, I'll pick Shayna 10 times out of 10.
Oh, yeah.
Because Shayna on the mic and as a presence when it comes to professional wrestling, she's definitely got it.
She's above Ronda.
Hell yeah.
Way above Ronda.
So you're 100% correct on
The
that.
whole package, like Baszler's got a whole package better than Rousey.
Hey, yo.
Rousey, all she's got a whole what? Rousey, all she's got is a name right now. The name. And I mean, quite frankly, that's worth it, right?
It's a huge name.
It's a huge name.
But once again, we gotta mention another huge name, Valerie Laredo.
Yeah, we did already.
We have to, just because the fact that
is that gonna be your pop? Is that you're gonna lead for the pop of the week?
Donovan Peoples-Jones.
That's literally where we're at.
Jones.
Yeah.
Lucky son of a gun.
That's your pops of the week. JP leading the HPC of the week, guys. I'll give
you want to know my pop of the week?
Oh my God!
I saw Impact, Rebellion. Was it Rebellion this weekend? I don't fucking remember.
I think so, bro.
What did you watch?
I don't remember.
Was it watching you?
Probably. Listen, COVID is real, bro. But so, yo, Johnny, what's that dude? Johnny Smooth?
Yo, you know shit, bro. You know what show he was.
You know who is. Oh boy, came down in a miniature little ring with Ziggy Dice pushing him down the ramp.
Shit, no way.
Ziggy Dice was pushing him down the ramp like Andre the Giant. And this man goes into the battle royal they're having, the mountain man of the mountain or whatever, and yo, he goes in and gets thrown out immediately and starts doing the bushwhacker shit.
Right.
And goes back into the mini ring, and Ziggy Dice is pushing him back.
Okay.
Pop of the week.
That was your pop.
Johnny Swinger. That's the
Johnny
That's
Swinger.
the
Okay.
third Swinger. Johnny Swinger. Yo, what are you watching, bro?
Oh, you like wrestling,
He's
baby.
watching the wrong wrestling. Wait, no, wait.
Alright. You put the lotions in the basket.
We just did a little poll. 2 people voted 100% Sasha Banks and Naomi were right for walking out. Shout out to chat for participating. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Listen. There's something to be said about professionalism, right? But they did what they had to do.
Yeah.
You don't know the full story.
Definitely a pop up for everybody.
There's 3 versions
right?
of the truth, right? There's your point of view, the other person's point of view, and the truth.
And the truth.
So
Yeah, right. I'll give you guys a chair shot.
fuck you will.
The chair shot was cage malfunction. And the damn finish to the steel cage between Lashley and Omos. I'm just tired of them using Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon's cage match finish.
You know what?
So
I
many
don't
fucking
care that they
times.
reuse the finish. I'm sick and tired of Lashley using those finishes.
yeah.
Oh, he's done it before too himself.
Yeah.
He has a repeated use.
He won a title that way, if I'm not mistaken.
Did he?
Like,
Wow.
so can Lashley? Can you stop now? Like, can we stop
No.
using that? That's it. You milked it. You milked it for your whole career.
Did you guys catch Santos Escobar and Tony D'Angelo this week?
Oh, NXT, Bobby.
That was a good match. That
it was
really,
a very
really
good match, and the angle, that whole,
I'm digging the angle.
Yeah.
oh, it's amazing.
Yeah. The camera angles are
Honestly,
great.
it works
I agree.
so well.
It
And
is.
honestly, like, what I'm excited to see is that the talents that are working with them, how they're gonna be elevated, right? Because Tony D'Angelo's tag team, that's his little faction he got going on. They're about to start wrestling too, so it's just interesting,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's gonna be
Hey, yo,
nice.
Santo Escobar, that whole entire match, the finish, the fact that Tony D'Angelo has some shit hidden, and he also has some shit
They
hidden.
hit him with the brass knucks and shit. That was
my
nice.
God,
that was
bro,
nice.
it was great. Yo,
That was nice.
Santo Escobar, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
if Vince gets his hands on him,
He's gonna ruin him. I agree.
he's
I
everything.
agree.
Yeah, for sure.
I agree.
But he's everything
Yeah,
he
leave him where the
wanted
fuck
in
he
Alberto
is.
Del Rio. He
You
is
stay
everything he
right
wanted
the
in
hell there.
Alberto Del Rio. He is everything he wanted in Andrade.
Without
That's
the
just fact.
fucking
It's
mask.
That's
Without
just
the
fact.
fucking mask.
Yo,
Think
the
about
man
Del
can
Rio.
speak on the mic. He can go in the ring. He
Yeah,
has
fact.
presence. It
The
works.
only thing that Alberto Del Rio has over him is just size.
Yeah,
Alberto
for
Del
sure.
Rio is just a
Because
big-
Alberto Del Rio was 6'5" and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right, that's what makes you a legitimate, like,
Everything
Yeah,
else, Escobar got him, including personality. So,
Oh, for sure. sure. But what if you're a great fucking Mick Carter, right? Like, remember, we come from an era where if you were a great Mick Carter, you were a legend, right?
yeah.
Like, not everybody needs to win the top belt, bro. Not everybody needs to go up against Roman Reigns right now. Like,
Yo,
it's not
that-
necessary.
yo, that ass, bro. Some of my favorite wrestlers are dudes that never got the title, right? I'm looking
Right.
at Roddy Piper, right? I'm like,
Razor Ramon,
Razor Ramon,
Chris Paul.
even people like Greg Valentine, right? Like,
Right.
just solid, like, hands that you put in the middle of the
Barry Horowitz, bro.
Come
on now.
Fucking
Yeah.
Horowitz.
Hey, Rummy, talking about Andrade, you haven't seen him because he's busy marrying a Flair. That's why Charlotte's out with an injury. I would assume they're together. They're probably.
You getting organs replaced.
Yeah.
Wow. Not replaced, displaced.
Oh,
Ooh.
yeah, nah, yo, congratulations to
Did y'all see
Flair and Andrade, bro. Honestly, yo, it's great to see people happy, bro.
Yeah, big facts. Y'all catch the end of SmackDown?
Ooh.
I did
I'll
not.
give a little gem to Riddle. Or was it Raw? Was it Raw or SmackDown? When the Usos got face to face and they confirmed that there was going to be a unification match?
Raw.
That was Raw. Okay, so Raw. The end of Raw. Matt Riddle with that sneak knee shot to Roman
Yo,
Reigns.
hit Roman, right?
Yeah, that was so.
It looked like Roman wasn't expecting that shit.
Yeah.
It looked like he wasn't expecting that shit. It was like
good.
mad out
It
of
was
nowhere.
good.
It was good. It was
Yeah.
good. Remember, yo, Riddle's a talent, bro. Riddle was an MMA fighter too. People forget. Monster Factory finest. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sloane Jacobs. She was in the tournament as well for NXT. She took that L though. But you know, it's all good. And Roxy. Roxana Perez right now going in. New Texas Pro finest. ROH women's champion, former women's champion. Yo, And isn't that Gino Medina's
Yeah, oh yeah, look, Roxanne is killing it right.
I
can't wait until she moves past this plaid era. Have you noticed her gear?
Yeah.
This is newbie rookie level 1 attire.
Cora Jade has the same shit on.
Jade,
all of the women in the breakout tournament have it. With the exception of Nikita Lyons. So she's part of the final 4 because it's Nikita Lyons, Lash Legend, Roxanne, and the shorty that be damn, I forgot the name. Anywho, so it's really gonna come down to is it Nikita Lyons or Roxanne.
Definitely not that last person
right?
you remember.
It's gonna come down to those 2, I think. Right? That's your final, right?
Yeah.
Because that means Roxanne goes over Lash Legend, and Nikita wins. So
anywho doesn't win, then we gotta cover.
Apparently, I hope she covers something.
Hey, yo, I hope not. No, yo, wait.
Oh, it was so close.
Oh, that was set up. Oh, it was set up.
Listen, that's what she said.
Hey.
But all I know is that once again, ladies and gents, it is a fucking phenomenal time to be wrestling fans. Did y'all hear the news that OVW about to get signed on to a streaming service?
Ooh.
I didn't even know OVW was still doing damn thing.
Yeah, I thought they were called NXT.
That's what Vince thought. That's what Vince thought.
I didn't know OVW was a thing. We just interviewed Al Snow about it. Catch some shooting the ish. I love Al Snow and how OVW is the only program in the United States that is an accredited college credit receiving program.
Former WWE superstar,
but the pandemic did some things.
and you're hanging with the heel.
The pandemic did some things.
They've been going
chair
strong. They've been doing
All
their thing.
things I've personally experienced.
Little by little, I think
Unfortunately,
that
I've
the
got
pandemic
more
did put a
chair
damper on a
shots
lot
than the pop.
for them. But post
Now, I know
pandemic,
the I'm
they're-
But not enough,
a lot
apparently,
of, you know,
because
oh,
sign
they're
up
gonna
to a
get
streaming
butthurt,
service.
you
That's
know.
what's
they're-
That's what's up, though. Yeah, I would love to see
I get it.
Talent and what he's
fuck
doing,
'em.
all the work he's been doing with those guys, and see what they come out
Get
with.
it straight.
Because I'm
Honestly,
sure
yo,
they're getting signed from the regular.
Pop
So
and
Yo,
chair
to
shots.
keep it real,
Come listen.
like
If you
there's so
don't,
much
I'm
fucking
gonna come to
wrestling
your house.
out there.
I know where your
available.
address
It's
is.
almost like
I'm gonna
anxiety
show up.
producing. Like whenever I get that fucking Friday night lineup for IWTV, I'm like, God damn, I'm missing out on so much.
yeah.
Yo, there's so much wrestling happening, folks. If you do not know what to watch, if you are bored, trust. Go into our Shooting the Ish catalog. Go into the talent that you see there. Go watch them on so many different
We got
platforms.
over 30.
Go on YouTube. Go Fight TV. There's so much content.
Bow
out there,
Wow.
folks.
Bow Wow.
And the thing is, you will
Thunder
love
Pro.
yourself for it because when you see these individuals climb to the top and be on these main rosters that we've been talking about tonight, you're gonna be happy that you got to know them with the bad guys. That's all I'm gonna say.
Big facts. 10 count of 10. Told JP that's all the damn time we have for them. But go ahead and tell them what to do on their way out.
Ladies and gents, you already know Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots, HPC Too Sweet on IG and Twitter. Ya tu sabe, dímelo.
Yo, Foco.com. You got to go to Foco.com. Get a
NBA playoffs.
Elevate Glass Gallery. There's Elevate. Yo, what the fuck is that?